Let me show you the code. I'm showing you one more. So here you can work on this increment decrement operator. I will going to share you all the program that you can practice it on system. So you can directly upload it in a Eclipse and you can run that. So practice on this increment decrement operator. What you will going to do it today, take this increment decrement operator inside this system out print as I have taken here. To make you understand, I have given the space, but when you will going to see on your interview question or your gate exam, there will be no space between the variable, and that's the reason every compiler they will give you different result. So such kind of programs, increment decrement, always based on the Java compiler. These are this kind of questions, or when you will going to do increment decrement, they make compiler ambiguous, right? They make compiler confused on this term, right? So you only think that if I combine all this, now will you able to understand like which is increment and decrement, right? So that's the reason I have given a space here so I can make you understand what actually it is. So practice on this increment decrement variable, how it is work. As you can see, when I run on this system, I'm giving this output, right? Because I've initialized X, and this is your post increment. Post means your plus plus symbol is after a variable. Pre in the sense they will before a variable. So that also you should be clear. I know some of them they are no, some of them they might forget about it. So be remember this. Pre increment means what, or pre means what? Where variable will be before, where operator is before variable. Pre increment and pre decrement operator before variable. And in case of and here it will be post, because it is because the variable it will be after variable. Okay, so it will be after variable. So this thing you should be clear about the operator. Now when you wanted to, okay, one more thing that I wanted to show you, I think you might be remember, whenever you use this symbol, exclamatory symbol, before any variable, it will going to take it as a not opposite. Suppose here boolean c as a true, if I take it not this c, so it will going to convert this to false. So this is not equal to symbol. And similarly for d also, when I take it, it will make it as a not. So this also you should be remember that how it works. Let me take one more example. Now can you try once again? What will be the value of f? The x value is currently based on the current x value. How, what will be the value of f here? I think the current value of x will be 10. Yeah, the current value after pre-increment, it will be a 10. So what will be the value of f here? So 10, this is your, it will going to take a 10 only, minus pre-increment. So it will become 11. So 10 plus 11 minus 2. Why minus 2 will come here? X value is here 10, right? Then why it is minus 2? It is a post increment. It will going to use the value of x as your 10. It will going to increment the value of x by 11, and then you are going to pre-increment. So 10. Okay, sorry. Yeah, correct, correct. This I sorry, I have taken minus. I should take plus here. Yeah, in case you take minus, it will going to give you minus 2, and if you take a plus here, then you have to give some space here because it will going to be ambiguous. Your compiler won't understand this, so it will be going to be your x plus plus will be going to be your 10. Then it will going to increment it to 11. 11 plus 12, 22. Yeah, correct. So it will going to give you 22 now, and in case of minus, it will going to give you, okay, let's take both. So I'm taking both here. Take it as a f, and similarly, I'm taking it for a g. So you will get an idea. Yes. So it will going to give you 22, and this will going to give you minus 2. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Why it's coming? 1 minute. Okay. Oh, sorry. Wait. X plus plus, that is minus 2 will become, so 22 will be the value. Okay. So here x plus plus will be 22. Then it will going to increment it to 23. Then 23 will 24. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, x value changes, right? Sorry. And this is sometimes really confusing also, because now we have run this. So now x value become change here. Before x value, I was saying you it was 22, but now due to we have run this, x value got changed. Now x value, what is an x value? Here it will become, this is your post increment, so it will become your 11. Here it will be your 10 only. This is your pre increment, so it will become 22. So it is minus 2, it is giving 10 minus 12. So this 12 value here, you will going to use 12. It will become 13, 14. So it is 12 plus 14, it will give you 26. Yeah, correct, Dhruv. So it is here 12 plus 14. Do you understand, everyone, what I said? I repeat once again. See, x value was 10. This is your post increment, right? So it will become, it will going to use first your value. Okay. Here it will going to use first value. Then it will going to increment it. It will become 11. Okay. Now here it is a pre increment, right? So it is what it will going to increment to 12. So that's why we are getting minus 2. Now here it is a post increment, right? So it will going to use your 12, it will going to increment the x value to 13, and here it is pre-increment. So it will going to make a 14. So that's why we are getting 36. So like this, you have to understand. Sometimes we get confused, but I will suggest you uh, do patiently, keep calm and solve this question. Otherwise, we make a mistake because in the gate they ask fill in the blanks also. So there you can't get any option sometime. So like this, we have to solve the operator questions. So I hope it is clear to you. And again, the variable you can define as many as variable you can use it. And I hope you are aware about the yesterday explanation also that I have given to you. Suppose you have a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3, then you also can write it down. Sorry, okay, a and b is already initialized. Let me take x and here. So I've declared here I and j. Okay. So I hope you remember, like whenever you want to do operation like this, I into j, then you can write it like this also, right? If you remember, I told you the operator will come first, then equal to, and then j. So you can write it like this also. I is equal to I into j. This comes under assignment operator. Now let me run this. Okay, 1 minute, let me comment. Hmm, also it is coming. 1 minute. I think there might be some compiler issue. Let me check once. I into j. It is unable to print it here, but as per assignment operator, it should work here. You can see here I is equal to 2 when I assign, and when I'm printing it, it's printing 2. But for assignment operator, when I write in this way, I is equal to I into j, and I'm printing that value, it's unable to print an I value because the reinitialization doesn't exist in a Java. If you remember, However, you can write like this representation. If you have a already having a value, then you can write like this representation is valid, but reinitialization is not valid. So when I'm trying to print this I value again here you can see it is printing 2. After that, it is directly giving you 18. So 18 is what 2 I into j. Let me check. Is there any j value I've used before? J is not there. Okay, let me check once. 2 into 3. Let me take 5, 50. 2 it's printing j. I is equal to I into j. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Now let me check. Let me check it here once again. Yeah, now it is coming. Sorry. Uh, Actually, I was here. I have not commented this part. So it was multiplying this I value, initializing it, and then again it is printing it. So that's why it was not initializing the value here. No, Dhruv. Actually, the reason was, correct. Sorry. That you said absolutely correct. Here, the thing was, I have not commented this part. So what it was doing earlier, it was initializing I value to 6. And then when we are doing this, it was giving 18. 6 into 3, 18 it was giving. But when I commented this, now it is printing correct. If I remove this, you can see here. If I remove this, what it will going to do? 2 into 5, 10. It will going to initialize I value as now 10, right? And then it was multiplying with 5 into 10 and it was giving 50. Let me show you. And it was giving 50, right? Here 5 and I value, once you multiply this, it will giving 10, right? So here it was giving me 50. That's why it was unable to get the correct value. But this both are having same representation. This expression you can write it down like this also, right? So then I don't need this, I need to comment this. So once I comment this, now what happened? I value will 2 and j value 5 will correctly multiply here. So you will get a correct value of 5. So now when I will going to run, you will get a 10 here. And that we are getting. See here, right? So in this way, you have to understand the operator and you have to understand how it works. So I hope it is clear to you about operator and variable. I will going to upload it in a GitHub today. Please create everyone account in a GitHub. How to create an account in a GitHub, I hope you all are aware. If you are not aware, then let me. GitHub Inc. I hope you are clear with GitHub. You just need to click on the. You just need to go to the GitHub and create an account there. Okay. Go to the GitHub. Type github.com email ID and password and search for this repository. Okay, in my link, go to this link and search for the repository. Or once you go to this link, you will directly come to this repo and playlist name here in the channel. The playlist name is Java Intern Batch, Java Programming Intern Batch. So you can you can find it out easily here, the lectures. So for our whole course, I will going to upload it here. So even after the completion of course, you can watch it in case if you want to clear your doubt anywhere. Okay. So we'll connect tomorrow with like Java OOPS concept, and I will going to explain you the OOPS concept and practically we're going to solve program. Any question, anyone?